Hello everyone, it's Sandra. Welcome to today's video. I have a running wish list on my phone with all the beauty products that tempt me, and every now and then, these are products that I'm tempted by. They're products that I'm interested in, but I'm not quite over the cliff with them yet. I have them on my running wish list, and every now and then I look to the list, I reassess, and I end up talking myself out of every single product on that list, and I like to do it here with you on my channel. And I think it's really fitting because the last two beauty videos that I've done on my channel have been kind of centered around new products. So it's nice to balance things out and reel it in every now and then, because the beauty products, they're just gonna keep on coming. The new brands will keep on launching, the new releases will keep hitting us in the face, and it's up to us to kind of pump the brakes, So let's get started with some complexion products. Complexion is my weak point, right? So it's always hard for me to reel it in when it comes to complexion, but we're gonna do it. The first thing on my list was the Rare Beauty Tinted Moisturizer, and it already feels like this product launched ages ago. I feel like the way time is going by and the way and the volume of new releases is just so insanely high and fast. It already feels like this product is old news, when in reality I think it only came out in May, so it hasn't been that long, which is one of my pet peeves about the way that this industry is moving and about the role that beauty influencers are kind of playing in this space. Not really, because they don't have a choice, essentially, right? If you want to succeed in the beauty influencer space, the recipe for success is pretty static. It's like, you just have to review all the new products because that's what people care about. People only care about the newest stuff. That's what they're searching for. So it's in your best interest, if you are a beauty creator, it's in your best interest to be on top of the new releases and to churn out content featuring these new products. Not sure where I'm going with this tangent, but yeah, the Rare Beauty Tinted Moisturizer was on my wish list at one point. I am already over it. I feel like I already forgot about it. I can't even remember the last time I saw somebody on my feed use it and talk about it, but it does seem to be a really great product. I love a tinted moisturizer, and it seems, what attracted me about it is that it seems to be a tinted moisturizer that is also suitable for more oily skins. Traditionally, tinted moisturizers tend to cater to more dry skin types, so it's nice that now we live in a world where there are tinted moisturizers and skin tints, less coverage products that are geared towards those of us with combination and oily skin, so we can take advantage of that beautiful sheer skin-like base without feeling heavy or more oily or greasy throughout the day. I'm just sticking to my current skin tint / tinted moisturizer stash. I am trying to have more of a strict one in, one out policy with base products, so love the Chantecaille Just Skin Tinted Moisturizer. I've been using this for years. It's a great tinted moisturizer for all skin types, and so I have this and I'm gonna continue enjoying it. I don't need another tinted moisturizer. I also have the NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. This has a bit more of a luminous finish, but again, it's gorgeous and it wears really nicely on my skin. And then the Fenty Skin Tint, which I also really love. I feel like from the reviews and the comparisons, I feel like this is probably the most similar thing to the Rare Beauty Tinted Moisturizer, but I'm so happy with this product. I would probably just end up repurchasing this. I have a perfect shade match in it, so why am I tempted by something new if what I already have is just great? The other two foundations that are on my list that were tempting me, the Givenchy Prisme Libre Matte Foundation. This kind of tempted me because I used to really love a Givenchy matte foundation. I think it was called Temps Couture, Haute Couture? I can't remember exactly the name of this foundation, but I used it maybe 6 or 7 years ago, and I absolutely loved it. And I was going through a lot with my skin at the time. I think it was around the time right before I ended up going to see a dermatologist and going on like prescription topicals to kind of help me out with my acne. So I was having a lot of breakouts. I was feeling really upset and insecure about my skin. And I had discovered that Givenchy foundation, and it was one of the few foundations that gave me the coverage that I needed, but I never really felt like it was heavy or cloying on my skin. And I just remember really loving that foundation and relishing it. And it was just one of the few foundations that just made me feel beautiful and confident. So I have like a soft spot for that particular Givenchy foundation, which has been discontinued, of course. So when I saw this new release, I was like, oh my God, I wonder if that's similar to that old Givenchy foundation that I used to love. So I was kind of tempted by it, but you know, I have like a satin finish foundation that I'm using and reaching for a lot that I really love. I can't really complain about this, so why am I dreaming of something new if what I have is just fine? You know, I love this Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation. It's one of my favorite foundations that I've tried this year in particular. I just love it. This is the foundation that I'm wearing today. So, you know, I'm just going to keep on trucking with this. And the other foundation on my list is actually a reformulation of the Giorgio Armani Power Fabric foundation. They have released Giorgio Armani Power Fabric Plus foundation. So they have, you know, messed around with the formula, but I haven't seen anybody that I follow review this. And it's interesting. It feels like there hasn't really been a big PR push around this particular reformulation. Usually when Armani, you know, Armani is a brand known for its complexion products. Usually you'd think when they launch a new complexion product, there would be more fanfare around it. There hasn't really been much buzz about this. I liked the original Giorgio Armani Power Fabric foundation, but I didn't love it. There was definitely room for improvement. So I'm curious about this new formula. I love Armani foundations, but again, I already have a foundation in my collection that ticks all the boxes. So, you know, at least until I finish this, I'm not going to be looking at any other like satin matte foundation anytime soon, because I'm quite content with what I have. The next products on this list are blushes. And I feel like this summer in particular, like the end of spring and now the start of summer, it's been a really hot time of year for cream cheek products and liquid cheek products in particular. So we have the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer blushes, the YSL Nu Blushes, which again are very similar, like squeezy tube format, and the Chanel Water Tint blushes. So these are all liquid blushes. They all look really gorgeous. You know, they're supposed to give you that beautiful lit from within, juicy cheek type of look. The shades all look beautiful, especially the shades. I feel like shade selection wise, the Chanel Water Tint blush shades are the most tempting to me. I feel like those are all kind of really gorgeous iterations of a neutral. They're not like really punchy in terms of color. So I feel like out of the three, those are probably the most tempting for me. But ultimately, I know myself, and I have owned blushes in squeezy tubes before, liquid blushes in pumps. You know, I have blush sticks, and ultimately, I know myself. I mean, I've been using and loving makeup for a long time now. I still prefer a cream blush in a pot. That's my favorite packaging, and I already have a cream blush formula that I'm absolutely in love with, the Tower 28 cream blushes, and especially with cream cheek products, I try not to have too many in the same category open at the same time, because blushes take me a really long time to get through, and then they end up going bad because they do go bad more quickly since they are a cream or a liquid, and then I would just be feeling really sad and really bad about it. So I'm just kind of pumping the brakes. They all look stunning. The Chanel Water Tint blushes seem to be really great for all skin types. I have friends with drier skin that are reviewing the product and they're really loving it. I have friends with oily skin that are really liking it as well. So I think if you are into a more liquid chic product and you're in the market for a new blush, I think the Chanel, I don't think you could really go wrong if you go for the Chanel option. I'm gonna skip this one, but they do look really, really beautiful. Next, I have some lip products on my list. I have the Dior Addict Lip Tint and the Fenty Poutsicle Lip Tint. These seem to be kind of, you know, lip stain types of products. I have a couple of lip stains in my collection. I have the Victoria Beckham lip stain, and then I have this old Giorgio Armani Ecstasy Mirror, which is like a glossy stain, a very similar formula to the old YSL glossy stains. It has like a glossy finish, but then it does leave a nice stain behind. Anyway, long story short, lip stains are just not a category of lip product that I consistently go through. So I just, they're nice to have, but not a must-have in my makeup collection. Like, I can't even tell you the last time I used either of these two products. I have not been wearing these this spring summer season at all. So I don't know, I'm more drawn to like hydrating, lip balmy types of things. I'm more into lip glosses right now. I'm into lip liners. I feel like those are the types of lip products that I more consistently go through. That's my sign to reel it in, but they look gorgeous. The Dior lip tints seem to be more of a matte finish, and I'm hearing especially great things about the Fenty lip tints. Apparently, like the longevity of the stain is really, really intense. Then the other lip product on my list was the Hermes Lip Oil. Is it an anti-haul video if I don't have an Hermes makeup product? Not intentionally. I do have some items from the brand that I love, and I was actually really tempted by the Hermes lip oils. They look really, really beautiful. I'm sure they are a delicious experience, but they kind of launched around the same time as the Clarins new lip oil reformulation, and I worked with Clarins for the launch of these, and they sent me all the shades, and I've just been really happy with these, and I'm kind of at capacity with glossy lip products right now. So until I use something up, I'm trying not to tempt myself with a new product. And in terms of the Clarins lip oils, the one that I'm wearing today is the shade Apricot, which is just really, really pretty, especially for summer. My other shade that I've been wearing a lot is the shade Raspberry, which is a really pretty sheer pink. Now, obviously, I don't know how the formulas themselves compare because I've never tried the Hermes lip oils, and they do have different ingredients. I'm sure they're great. I just don't need another lip oil in my life right now. Finally, the last product on my list is probably the closest that I've come to actually buying a product on this list. I was ready to check out. I had it in my cart. I was typing up my billing information, and then I was like, why am I doing this? And then I just closed the window. And it's the Pat McGrath Blush Duos. Now, this is a limited edition product, I believe. I think you can still get them. And it's essentially the beautiful, beautiful Pat McGrath blush formula, but it is the pan is kind of split in two, and you get two different shades. Some of them have different finishes. There are some that have a slightly shimmery finish. Some of them have a more matte finish. And I really, really, really fell in love with the Pat McGrath blush formula this year, and I just cannot get enough of it. It's such a beautiful, beautiful blush formula. But the colors that I was drawn to, I was kind of umming and ahhing about this particular blush duo release, and as I was talking myself out of it, I was thinking, you know, if I want a blush that I will use a lot, I would probably pick a more tame, neutral shade, or like a bronzy brown type of shade. But if I want to step outside of my comfort zone, I would pick a more unusual shade. Like, they had this one really, really pretty purple and like a cool toned pink combination. So I was kind of maybe deciding, oh, maybe if I get that, I can justify it because I don't have anything else in my collection like this. But would I actually use it? Would I ever use that blush up? So I just ended up kind of talking myself out of it. A similar blush duo type of experience would be the Charlotte Tilbury First Love and Ecstasy blushes that I already have. kind of like a similar concept, right? There is one ring of color around and like a pop of color in the middle. So it wasn't really the fact that they're a blush duo. Like the blush duo aspect of the product wasn't enough to warrant me buying it. And I think if you are a person with a lot of blushes in your collection, you are a blush lover, chances are you already have probably one of those like NARS blush palettes. You know, everybody loves a NARS blush palette. If you already have something like that, that is so much more convenient. If you want to travel and you want like a range of colors to choose from, something like that is more practical. You can more easily fit your brush into the slots of a traditional blush palette. You can make your own blush palette from brands like Makeup Forever, MAC, or Surratt. I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like the blush duo aspect of it isn't enough to kind of warrant the purchase. If I'm traveling, I usually just pack one blush with me anyway. Very rarely do I do two blushes, or if I do two blushes, I do a cream and a powder. So yeah, it was easy to end up talking myself out of this. You know, I can always dupe the blush duo experience with two blushes that I already have. Just kind of dip my brush into both. So that's about it for me. That's what's currently been on my mind, and that's me talking myself out of it. Let me know your thoughts. Have you talked yourself out of anything recently? Is there any new makeup release that is really tempting you? We can chat more about it in the comment section below. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you for watching my video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.